Hey guys, welcome to episode 7 of the Binding of Isaac Repentance. I have no words right now. We're gonna do the challenge, we're gonna do highbrow. It is so hard for me to articulate how I feel right now because I went from averaging about 15 to 20 views a video to just randomly, I don't know what I did to deserve it, we're getting over 100 and something views on my last Isaac video. I love it, and I appreciate everybody that watched and commented because I got so much like interaction on that video that I don't usually get. So thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I think I'm gonna try and find I'm gonna try and find something to ask the comments every single day. And yesterday it was what fast food place you guys going to? Hitting up some crazy stuff you guys are ordering. Got some good answers. Why am I not just using flush? And stuff like that. Like, I want to be able to have interaction with you guys. I really enjoyed commenting on everything that you guys had said. I appreciated every single comment, like truly. Thank you guys, every single person that commented on my videos. I really, it means everything to me. I love when because I get every notification on my phone. I have the YouTube Studio app or whatever on my phone, and it lets me know every time I get a comment or a like or something, and every time I see it, I get really happy. So I really appreciate that. But besides that, and that is a milestone for me. Also, thank you guys for 20 subscribers. I know that's like light work. It's big for me, and I just hope I can grow and be more for you guys and be able to grow a community, because that's really all I'm looking for. I'm just looking to have fun, grow a community, have fun with people in the community. That's what I'm looking for. What the fuck? Is that chaos? What is that? Am I dumb? Or is that just ancient? Oh, it's just ancient recall. It just looked funny. One makes you larger. Ancient recall. We'll grab the hermit, and we'll hermit out of the cursed room. Yep, hermit out of the cursed room. The hermit. And then as much as I want the sun, that shard's a little too strong. It's a little too strong for me not to pick it up. I had some news. I don't know if anybody else is on Twitter as much as I am, but in the NBA, some big news went down yesterday, or today, I guess. It came out today that Steven Adams, the center for the Memphis Grizzlies, is out for the season. He is going for surgery. I'm pretty sure it was an ACL. I'm not totally sure. I didn't actually look at the injury, but I know he was out for the season, for the full season. And that is a big blow for the Memphis Grizzlies, because they are quite a reliant team on a proper center like Steven Adams, and he was perfect for them. Great rebounder, decent defender. He was really just exactly what they needed, especially since Jaren was more of a 4 and still is more of a 4. He plays more effectively at the 5, but he plays more like a 4 in drop, for the defense. He's more of a help defender, or on the around the rim defender. He's just extremely good at and around the basket. So I'm a bit worried. Let's go. So I'm a bit worried for the Phoenix, or not the Phoenix, for Memphis, because it's hard to know exactly what's going to happen now. They don't have Jaw for 25 games, and then we were hoping Steven Adams would be back because he wasn't around last year either. And since he's still gone, it's hard to fully have faith in knowing that the players that are on that team are going to be able to get them far enough into the playoffs without Jaw, without Steven Adams, to be happy with what they're going to get. I mean, I'm excited to see what happens still, but it is worrisome if you're a Memphis Grizzlies fan. If you're in the Memphis area and you really enjoy watching them, and you're like, oh, but they got Jaw. Well, they do, but not for the first 25 games. So you just got to hope Jaren Jackson and Desmond Bane show out, do what they need to do, and show that there's a good reason why they are on that team, and why Jaren made an all-star team last year. Where do I want to go here? I kind of want to go to both. Wait, do I really need flight though? Because I already have Spectral. With Tiny Planet. Yeah, we do it. We bull. And if we die, we die. You know, it's whatever, man. It's all good. It's all chill. Health up. That was clutch. I watched a movie last night. Right before I went to bed, I watched Coming to America. Man, that was like a really funny movie. And I did not know about it at all when I was younger. Never seen anything on it, anything like that. I only knew really about it, or about the fact of it being a movie, because of Giannis's signature shoe, Coming to America, and what it was based off of. I had no idea. So I seen it on Netflix, and I was like, I'll watch it. And I did not know that Eddie Murphy and his, like, co-star, whatever, the guy who played Semi, was so many characters in the movie. Like, the whole stuff in the barbershop, just them. Just them. And one other guy. And they also played 2 other characters. Like, what? I did not know that. That was wild. It had me shooketh. When I finished the movie and it was showing, it was like, oh, this is Eddie Murphy, and this is Eddie Murphy, and this is the other guy. I don't know his name, I don't remember it, but I also couldn't even say it when I was reading it, but yeah, that's besides the point. Is that a tinted rock? Why is there a little cross on there? He be seeing things. He be seeing things. But yeah, it was a really good movie. I would suggest it to anybody that enjoys Eddie Murphy in general. If you haven't seen it. But it's also a little... it's not made for kids, so steer clear if you're a younger audience. It's definitely not for you. There's nudity and foul language and violence and all that, so... It was a really... I enjoyed the movie. I don't think I would go out and watch it again in my free time, but the first time and the only time I've watched it was really good. I know we're just jumping around on topic after topic, but I want to get back to the NBA because what the fuck? Since I've heard that news on Memphis Grizzlies, I can't stop thinking about not how much, but that shakes up the Western Conference a lot still. Because if they don't make it, then who's going to take that spot from them? Like, who's going to exceed the expectations to be up in the playoffs? Because I think with Steven Adams, I can confidently say that they're going to be top 6 seed. Because that is a really good core, even just without Ja for the first 25 games. They make noise. They make really big noise, and I really believe in them. But without having Steven Adams, it is a lot harder because you really have to rely on Desmond Bane, and you really have to rely on Triple J. And I believe that they could do it, but it's not something that I have faith in. I can't sit here and be like, oh yeah, they're 100% going to do it. No, we haven't seen that. They haven't shown that. Not on a consistent basis, at least. And I like what we've seen from Desmond. And there's a high chance that he could pop All-Star this year. Like, he hit All-Star just for being, like, on his own. Well, not on his own, but, you know, for the most part, doing it on his own because he'll have Jaren, but I mean, like, other guard. And Jaren's a defensive player. Unless he shows off as an offensive player this year, going off and showing us what he can be, it's going to be a lot of Desmond and the role players and what he can do, which I'm really excited for. It gives him a really big opportunity, and it's just waiting to see if he can show out or unfortunately fall short. He's got a lot of potential, and I'm really excited to see it. And I'm really excited to see Triple J play, because he's on my fantasy team. I picked him up. I think I picked him up like 2nd or 3rd out of all my players. So I know I'm going to be excited to have him on my team, as I am every year I have him. 2nd year I've had him, I'm pretty sure. He's a really good player. He just gives really good statistics. I can always count on him getting defensive statistics like blocks and steals, but I can also benefit off of getting rebounds from him. And also this year, he's going to have more of a uptick in the offensive status. So he's going to be dropping at least... I'm hoping 20 points, but you never know. It probably will be lower, but if I could guess, I would hope and guess 20 points. 20, 12, and like a block would be wild. Would be wild. I don't even know. I would be very excited. Even if I think actually those are definitely achievable numbers. I think maybe like 25 would be a bit. 23 to 25 would be crazy. Oh, adult. We'll get it. We'll get it. But that just, I think that I think we can go through the Western Conference and like think about which team should be in which spot. I think it gets really hard after you get through the top 3. But I think if I were to guess, I would have, it's hard. Who would I have at 14? Or 15, sorry. 15th in the Western Conference. I would probably have, it's hard. It's really hard. I think I would have the Spurs in the most benefit, or like in the most like outlook way. Like there is a lot to be happy about, even if they drop and sit at the bottom of the league again. Because they got Wemby, they got a lot of really young and good players, Keldon, Vassell. Like there's a lot to be excited for. And I mean, picking up a nice young guard, getting like a top 5 pick, and picking up a really good guard would be everything for San Antonio. And I just don't think, I think that, not that they're going to rest him a lot of games, but I think they're going to have Wemby not play as many games as most people might expect. So I'm more inclined to think that they're going to sit him back to back sometimes and like be more willing to take time when he says he's a bit sore. Just because we haven't had somebody in the NBA like this, like him. And the only person that I can compare him to is Chet. And this is Chet's first year too. And he just came off an injury. So we gotta, they have to be careful. As much as I want to see them in the play-in, like that would be crazy. That'd be insane to see. I don't know how realistic that is. So I think I would have the Spurs at 15. And at 14, I would have the Rockets. The Rockets were 14 last year. I think they're going to be 14 again. Or, well, maybe not, actually. No, I don't think that's true. I think the Trailblazers are at 14. Yeah, the Trailblazers are at 14, 100%. We can't sit here and act like the pieces they picked up in Houston aren't going to make a difference. They will. They picked up Dylan Brooks, and they also picked up Fred VanVleet. Both. As much as I hate the idea of saying it, Dylan Brooks is a good player. No, I don't hate saying it, because he is a good player and he deserves his flowers. It's more the fact that I'm a Lakers fan and he was being a pretty big dick to LeBron. I'm not a LeBron dick rider or nothing, but he is on my favorite team, and it was my favorite team before he was on the team. So I appreciate him being on the team, and I really like LeBron for who he is. It doesn't change my view on him. If he went to a different team, I'd feel the same way. Why are we shit talking a GOAT? A legit GOAT. We cannot say any ifs, ands, or buts. The man is fucking amazing. So I just, slander wasn't necessary, especially when he couldn't keep up with it. Like it got too much for him, so he had to stop doing it, which was wild. But yeah, so Spurs 15, Trailblazers. I would probably, we didn't even talk to it, but Trailblazers are just young. Scoot, Anthony, the only older person, and he's not even that old, is what's his name? DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton's there. He's 25. Like, other than Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant's like cusp of 30. He's like 29 or 30. That's the oldest player, but in the starting lineup. But I mean, for the most part, the team's young, and they're probably going to try and get rid of Grant as soon as they can, without, you know, making a big deal of it. I think Grant's just happy to get his massive bag. He got insane money. I don't know. I don't want to say he didn't deserve it. I don't want to say he did. I'm just saying that he made the money that he got, and everybody's gotta live with it. Nothing's gonna change. He's got that money, and he's gonna play. there isn't much to say about the Portland Trailblazers. I'm just happy to see that they finally leaned fully into a rebuild instead of kind of into a rebuild. It's now Scoot, Anthony, DeAndre. Like, these are the players that they are building around for the current moment. I'm not saying that they're going to keep DeAndre. I'm not saying that he's going to be on the team long term, or Anthony. I think that they're really only keeping Scoot. I think that there is a chance that we see one of the other two on the move for something more understandable. Like, I could see I couldn't, but I'm just throwing it out there. The idea of Josh Giddey going from OKC or some kind of package might not be something that would be all that crazy. I don't think it would happen because that would be wild, but just somebody of that caliber around there, if Anthony isn't where he needs to be. I'm not saying he is or isn't. It's just we don't know if this is it for him. I really can't wait for the season to start so we can see exactly what we're getting from him, especially while he's with Scoot. I don't know how much of a ball handler Scoot's gonna be. I'm pretty sure he's a pretty big one, so it's gonna be weird to see how they're gonna make that work. Where they're gonna give the touches, who's gonna have the most of it. But I'm excited to see it though. Nice consolation prize. If we go to the 12th spot, I would probably have... Oh, it's hard. It's extremely hard. Let me think. Because maybe it's the Timberwolves. I think it might be the Timberwolves at 12. Timberwolves at 12. And that's only if somebody gets injured. I'm not even if somebody gets injured. If they don't get the cohesion that they're looking for. They have two bigs that didn't get as much run as they needed to feel fully comfortable, in my opinion, in the situation they're in. And they need more time to gel. It's not a bad thing. It's just the fact. It's not something that we see every day, especially nowadays with two bigs the way they have it. So it's going to take time, and they need to be willing to feel okay taking that time, especially since they have everybody locked up with so much money. You can't rush something like this as much as you want to, and the only reason you would want to rush this is if you want to really build around and have people around Anthony Edwards. He is your focal point at this point. Cat isn't that guy for them anymore. And that's not a diss at Cat. Cat is still an amazing player, and he deserves so much recognition. It's just they've put so much towards him, and it hasn't been exactly what they were looking for. That's fine. That's okay. It's just a little disappointing for the Timberwolves is all. No, I didn't mean to do it that way. God damn it. Well, that's okay. And then Timberwolves at 12. At 11, I wanted Mavericks, and that's truly, it's hard to say. I want to see more in season, because the more I get to see them actually playing together, the more I'll be willing to say that they'll make it farther. It's just hard because every other team above them is kind of a team, and this team is just still being thrown together from last year. The only real mainstays is like a couple people, including Luka. Kyrie was there for the end of the year. We still need to work on that with Luka, like the Luka-Kyrie thing. It still needs to get worked on. It still needs to get fleshed out. So it's still new and fresh. They didn't get any run in like the playoffs together for that. So it's just hard to sit here and think that it's going to be okay for the Mavericks without knowing exactly how it's going to like play out. We haven't been here. This isn't something we've been to. It's new. It's something completely new, and we can't just assume that it's going to be okay and it's going to be good for them when we haven't seen it. There hasn't been anything to show that it's going to be exactly what we hoped. Nice. This is really good. I can finally get rid of these red hearts. I'm still extremely excited for them though. I love watching Luka, just like everybody else. And Kyrie is one of my favorite players growing up, so I can't fault anybody for being on the same page as me and enjoying Kyrie. And the two of them together is something that I think everybody should be excited about, but it's just gonna take time for me to be fully like warmed up to the idea of it. So, and then after the Mavericks at 11, at 10, I would probably have the Pelicans, and that's just on the fact that we don't know where Zion stands on his health, or Brandon Ingram on his health, or what kind of CJ we're gonna get. If it's gonna be the CJ that we hope. It's all ifs, ands, or buts. Like, we don't know. If we get Zion and we get year 2 Zion, like, we're cooking. We're cooking so hard that they're in the top 5 in my opinion. But we don't know that, and we're going off of what we know, and what we know is basically nothing. So until we get full confirmation that we're gonna get a good year out of Zion, and Brandon Ingram and him are gonna be on the court together, I still feel that we need to give them hesitancy until they can prove it to us, and that could be this year. I'm not saying that they're not going to. There's a fucking big possibility they're going to do it this year, and they're going to show us, and they're going to get deep. They're going to get second round conference finals, but we're not putting stock into that until we actually can start seeing it, and we'll start seeing it this year, hopefully, because I really am excited to see them play. I'm sick of Brandon Ingram just being there and having nothing come of it, because he is a really, really good player, and it feels like he's getting undervalued and a bit underrated, in my opinion. Mom fight, easy peasy. This run went really, really well. It didn't go fast like the other two this weekend, but it's been fun. These tiers are crazy. I'm really happy how this run went, to be honest. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all of the support that we got recently. And please, since you made it to the end, please like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know how your day went. I didn't get a question in. What's your guys' favorite NBA team, or your guys' favorite sport? If you guys have a favorite sport, what's your favorite team on that sport? Or who's your favorite player? Like, if your favorite sport's wrestling or boxing or something, give me your favorite wrestler or boxer or team or whatever. I love sports and I want to talk about it, and I want to get more into other sports so I can talk about it, but right now it's basketball. And I can talk about basketball forever, so I think we're okay with that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. Really, really, really do. Have a good day, guys.